G'day. Today we're going to talk about our daily COV or change of value block. But if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe if you're stuck on lockdown at the moment. So if we grab our daily COV, drop it on the page, we can see he's got standard slots here or properties. He's got an enable property. Let's set that to true. And as soon as you set it to true, it populates this remaining and elapsed time. So the elapsed time is the current time in the controller. So currently our local time is 11:59, and the remaining gives you the number of minutes until the block will execute. So this one's at 12 hours exactly for the time being. Once this ticks over, the remaining will count down until it executes at 11:59 p.m. every day that it's enabled. So if we grab a numeric priority, drop him on the page as well and link it to the in block. So what does this block do? It's really and typically used to provide daily consumption from an energy meter or daily run hours from an accumulated runtime value. So rather than having a value that increments every day, this block will calculate for you the amount of hours run or the amount of kilowatts consumed or the amount of water consumed during a day, calculated from an accumulating value. So an accumulating value is a value that ramps up, right? So let's grab a ramp as an example. Let's configure this to max out at whatever that number is. Let's do a delta of 0.2, which will slow it down. So see this value is ramping up. Rampy. For now, let's just run it up to 10 at a time. We'll get up to 1,000 as quickly as we can, just to provide some information for you. So set that back to 0.2. So our value is accumulating data, accumulating runtime or accumulating kilowatts or whatever it is. Let's call them units. And the block is executing. So if we terminate this now and simulate an end of day, you can see it's consumed 646 units. But if it accumulates again now, triggers again, it's now 7.2. If we do it again, it's 3.4. So you can see the 600 at the start skews out your graph, so your graph won't be able to provide you an accurate indication of your daily consumption. So to get around this, we've provided an initialize function. So if we put this in here, let's save. I just want to be able to compare two values. Let's turn them on, initialize both of them, enable them both. So currently they're both enabled. They're both at nearly 700 units. So if we initialize the top one, what that will do is set its start point at 700. So the reason we do that, if you're plugging into an existing power meter that's been installed, it's been accumulating energy consumption, it might be at 5,000. So this will skew your data if you're only accumulating 100 a day. So if we execute our end of day now on that one, you can see we've got 25 just here on yesterday. If we trigger an end of day here, we've got 731. So this one becomes a more accurate indication on the first day of what you're actually using. The idea isn't to be accurate. The idea is to filter out that massive jump on the first one to save you from having to manually filter that out of your history database. So again, the remaining time tells how many hours and minutes left. The elapsed tells you what the current time is inside the block. The min and max shows you, the minimum shows you what it logged at when it triggered the last time. So if we trigger again, we're going to have approximately 50. 54, it'll be the same on this one. So they're very similar now, but that first blip from this bottom one is what will make the graph and the log look really weird. So also if you're carrying out queries, either SQL or BQL queries on your data, that first one will add a massive amount of inaccuracy to the values that you're producing, especially if you're looking at the whole range or on initial investigation or reporting. All right, so that's our daily COV. Doesn't do a lot, but it does save you time. Energy consumption and monitoring of power is a thing we're doing a lot now. Obviously, it just saves a lot of time, puts a lot of power at the edge with the controllers, being able to log inside the controllers. Yeah, it's really cool. Check it out. Thank you.